If you're studying English and want to level up your analysis skills, this second video in my series on language analysis will teach you to identify and analyse two word classes, adjectives and adverbs. A quick reminder, if you haven't seen the introductory video focusing on mood, you may wish to go back and watch that beforehand. In it, I introduced the acronym MATERIALS, which will help you memorise this essential set of language devices. Back to the focus of this video. A is for adjectives and adverbs. Adjectives and adverbs are essential word classes that add depth, create mood, and bring imagery to life. They help a writer paint a scene, making descriptions more vivid and engaging for the reader. Let's start with adjectives. The job of adjectives in a sentence is to describe nouns. So adjectives help us to clearly visualize things that are being described. Without adjectives, descriptions lack depth and atmosphere. Look at the sentence below, which describes a villa in Gerald Durrell's book, My Family and Other Animals. The villa was small and square, standing in its tiny garden with an air of pink-faced determination. Note the first noun which is described is the villa. Now, you should be able to see the adjectives which follow it, small and square, which allow the reader to picture the humble shape and size of the property. Following this, the next noun is garden, and you should be able to identify the adjective which is adding the extra detail, tiny. We might consider that Durrell used the adjective tiny to really emphasize the small and enclosed nature of the setting. Finally, Durrell describes the noun determination with the adjective pink-faced, which creates a sense of boldness and power, almost making the house seem like a person with feelings and emotions. Now look at the sentence without adjectives. The villa was standing in its garden with an air of determination. Hopefully you can see how much expressiveness has been removed from the description. That's what adjectives do. They add colour and vibrancy to description. Don't forget, adjectives can appear before a noun. For example, the overgrown garden overflowed with wildflowers. Or after a noun with a linking verb. The garden was overgrown and wild. Now let's move on to the adverbs. The clue is in the name, add, verb. Add to verb. So adverbs describe or modify verbs, which are actions. But adverbs are very flexible and can also modify adjectives. Adverbs often end with the suffix ly, so are usually very straightforward to spot. Let's take a look at another few sentences from Durrell's description of the villa. This time, take a look for the adverbs. The white cobbled paths, scarcely as wide as a rake's head, wound laboriously round beds, hardly larger than a big straw hat. Look for the words ending in ly. These are the adverbs. Can you see how they are enhancing the descriptions, adding nuance and emotion to them? In wound laboriously round beds, the adverb laboriously tells us that the paths twist in a slow, difficult way, making the garden seem intricate and almost maze-like. In scarcely as wide as a rake's head, the adverb scarcely emphasizes the extreme narrowness of the paths, signifying to the reader the overgrown nature of the garden. These details give us a stronger sense of place and atmosphere, making the villa feel charming, slightly chaotic, but full of personality. So, when you approach a text for analysis, remember to look out for adverbs and adjectives. They're almost always going to be adding to the mood and feel of the description as a whole. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to tune in again for my next video in the series, which will focus on the device of tone.